to identify those in various videos and pictures from the weekend
Hey.
block party. WRG Shay Arthur is live tonight after speaking with the police chief and has new details.
Hey y'all,
Shay,
it's
what are you learning?
late in the midnight hour. We're past the midnight hour. And
about those possible federal charges
let's
at
listen.
City Council today, and it comes as some of those City Council members had some strong words for parents tonight.
This is tiresome. Police officers dead, another officer's dead. 4-year-old children are dying. Hold the parents accountable.
Memphis City Councilwoman Yolanda
Hold the
shares
parents
passionate
accountable.
words when it comes to young people committing crimes.
Hold the parents accountable. The police department is not the babysitter.
Today's Memphis City
That's
Council
true.
meeting comes on the
But the
heels of
police
deadly
department is not
Warzones
supposed to have
shooting
crooked
this weekend
cops and
that left
stuff
2 people dead, 7 others injured.
that had a
It's
whole.
a mix of emotion, I think, that we all have, because we want it to stop, and we're utilizing all of our resources. Our officers are putting their lives on the line. Sometimes they're outgunned and outmanned when it comes
It's
to
true, but what
just
about the
addressing
National
crime.
Guards? Why do y'all insist on not
Video of a sports car doing donuts in the park, surrounded by an enormous
asking for
crowd of
assistance
people,
from the guards? Oh,
followed by
excuse me.
round after round of gunfire, is now what investigators are studying.
Baby,
That
I done.
incident put, community members at risk, children at risk, and the brazen
Y'all know I'm sleepy and I'm
display
listening
of
to her.
weaponry on these
Give me a
particular
minute.
types
I'm going to tell you
of
why I'm
scenes
up
is
and it's
just
almost 3
alarming.
o'clock in the morning.
They've called in federal partners.
Because Memphis
They
Police
were already
Department
there.
has
Why are you...
made efforts to prosecute, through
She
the
faking the
state,
funk,
but
y'all.
when you have block switches and you have extended magazines, it's time to pursue federal charges on some of these offenders.
And Stephanie Gregg, the chief, also says there that when it comes to those federal partners, they're also providing resources when it comes to analyzing ballistics and quickly. For your news leader downtown, I'm Shay Arthur, WRE.
What did they think was going to happen when they passed these... They lifted the restrictions on guns, carry, in a city that's already plagued with crime? What did they think was going to happen? See, it was okay when they was killing themselves. But you got cops dying. But you've been having cops dying. You had some that died before the Scorpion unit was exposed.
Mass shooting investigation. U.S. Marshal Service is offering a reward up to $25,000.
Up to 25 G's.
Leading to an arrest. That shooting left a 17-year-old and 22-year-old and 9 others hurt. According to reports, at least 2 unidentified shooters opened fire into a crowd of more than 200 people that night. The shooting happened at a block party at the intersection of Carnes Avenue, Branch.
Excuse me.
There's a stigma in the community, about telling on, people, but that was a peaceful gathering that the citizens were.
How can they say it was peaceful and somebody, it was shooting last year?
Didn't want that to occur.
Well, anybody with information is being asked to call.
So let me say this, and I need to hurry up, child, because it's 3 and my eyes are running. And I need to go in there and wash my face. We'll take this off. So let me say this. That young man, I just finished the upload. Oh, Lord. And I'm trying to make sure I get this out because I don't know what time I'm gonna make it up in the morning. And that young man said that it's going to be a hot summer. And I've heard that a couple of times since Dolph was assassinated. But this time, I really think it's going to be hot. Now, I don't know if Orange Mound is still in the mound. I heard he wasn't, but I do know he still hung out over there. And since he's supposedly able to roam the streets at night, I think it's at the time now that they need to revisit his bond conditions, because there has been threats for the mound. There is an alert on the mound. So they need to make sure that Where was Black Youngster's brother hit her from? Okay, so y'all, I'll see y'all later on in tomorrow morning. I gotta upload that'll probably, this will probably come out first, but the other one is already ready to go, and it's gonna go in depth with CBG. No. It's CBG. CBG, CMG, Heavy Camp. What's his name? Big CEO, J90. I'm gonna have to go back into my archives on J90, baby. I definitely got it on him. Okay, y'all, so I hit the like button. Please. Yes, I'm sleepy. I'm so sleepy, it's not even funny. You hit the like button yet?
Okay, so pretend this is your car. Your insurance will pay for another one, right? Well, if you have a standard...
A tip about a suspicious vehicle on campus resulted in the discovery of a car packed with marijuana and not one, but 2 loaded handguns. Our WREG's Alan Self is in Orange Mound tonight with more on what MSCS is doing to keep our students and community safe. Alan?
Stephanie and Greg, after the devastating mass shooting in Orange Mountain Park involving several students, MSCS took swift action to ensure student safety, and their efforts are paying off. All seen an increase in officer visibility and additional counselors. Yesterday, the security team, along with the principal, quickly located Dontarius Cope and 2 others involved in this case. The suspects eventually claimed ownership of the weapons. All seen an increase in officer visibility and additional counselors. Yesterday, the security team, along with the principal, quickly located Dontarius Cope and 2 others involved in this case. The suspects eventually claimed and 2 others involved counselors. Yesterday, the security team, along with the principal, quickly located Dontarius Cope and 2 others involved in this case. The suspects eventually claimed ownership of the weapons. One neighbor is breathing a sigh of relief after the weapons discovery, but he's not satisfied with just this one success.
I think it needs to go on for the rest of the school year and probably the upcoming school year also. Like, we're losing our youth. So we want to have a future in the next 10 years if this continue going on. And it's only going to get worse if don't let do nothing about it. They need to step up a little bit more. Metal detectors, I say, home monitoring, they need all of it.
MSCS says these security measures will be in place at least until the end of the school year. For your news leader in Orange Mound, I'm Alan Self, WREG News Channel 3.
Good night.
And we're learning more about the victims of Saturday's mass shooting in Orange.
Responded to East Shelby Drive in Riverdale. A man telling police he was cornered at this corner store overnight. Detectives responded to East Shelby Drive in Riverdale shortly after midnight Wednesday after a man was shot and critically injured. The man who police say pulled the trigger has been identified as DUNTI Beavers, who claims he too was a victim. The 25-year-old saying the man who he reportedly shot.
25.
A man telling police he was cornered at this corner store overnight. Detectives responded to East Shelby Drive in Riverdale shortly after midnight Wednesday after a man was shot and critically injured. The man who police say pulled the trigger has been identified as DUNTI Beavers, who claims he too was a victim. The 25-year-old saying the man who he reportedly shot in the back, legs, and stomach approached him in this lot demanding his cell phone. As the man tried to walk away, police say surveillance video shows Beavers taking aim and firing. More than a dozen evidence markers is evident to Caleb McLaughlin that more needs to be done to curb violence.
Everyone is tired of the crime, and but the thing about it is not just being tired of it, it's coming up with some solutions and some things to do about it.
Too was a victim. The 25-year-old saying the man who he reportedly shot in the back, legs, and stomach approached him in this lot demanding his cell phone. As the man tried to walk away, police say surveillance video shows Beavers taking aim and firing. More than a dozen evidence markers is evident to Caleb McLaughlin that more needs to be done to curb violence.
Everyone is tired of the crime, and but the thing about it is not just being tired of it, it's coming up with some solutions and some things to do about it.
This attack is just a snapshot. Beavers take Wednesday after a man was shot and critically injured. The man who police say pulled the trigger has been identified as DUNTI Beavers, who claims he too was a victim. The 25-year-old saying the man who he reportedly shot in the back, legs, and stomach approached him in this lot demanding his cell phone. As the man tried to walk away, police say surveillance video shows Beavers taking aim and firing. More than a dozen evidence markers is evident to Caleb McLaughlin that more needs to be done to curb violence.
Everyone is tired of the crime, and but the thing about it is not just being tired of it, it's coming up with some solutions and some things to do about it.
This attack is just a snapshot of the violence in the community. The numbers through the city's data hub show detectives have been called to the area over the past year and within a half-mile radius 239 times for crimes running the full gamut.
Well, I think, the communities just need to get more involved in finding out what's causing all the crime to keep, escalating.
We headed inside to see if there was any possible security video. We were told management has to release it. Currently, they're unavailable. But what we could see was the extensive surveillance system, something that could aid detectives. The yellow tape has been removed, but what remains are questions regarding if this was a case of self-defense. As Beavers told police he thought the man he admitted to shooting was armed himself, or if this was a case of excessive violence.
It's senseless.
For your news leader in Southeast Memphis, Jarita Patterson.